We officially have our next project. It is a 1986 C10 Scottsdale.
Better hit the gas for a minute, no cap, no limit. I attack till I finish that track, and I get it. Got my cash all liquid, never pass my limit. Too fast when I'm spitting, read it back, now they get it on. Flipping that switch as I'm hitting these bars like a gift. I spit like I'm sipping gold bars. And these kids, no kidding, I've been winning this and getting my best life dinner while I'm hitting on a mission. Ooh, spicy.
And this truck's got a little surprise under the hood already. It just needs to be finished up, tidied up, and honestly put back together. And this thing will have almost 400 horsepower and probably get close to 30 miles to the gallon. As you can tell, this is a fairly clean truck. We got a little bit of rust here and there. This truck has been repainted once before. Got a ding right there in the door, but that should be able to come out. So now that we got this hood off, you can see this is a Gen 4 5.3. Still got all the DOD bullcrap on there, your variable valve timing. We're just going to keep that there. We're going to keep it as is for the time being. And all we want to do is get this truck running and driving. So the issue that we have right now, you see that motor mounts off, or well, the motor clamp is not mounted, but this one is down here. So we need to do a little bit of adjustment here to get these to work, drill new holes. Looks like we have a little bit of playing area that we need to possibly adjust, because that transmission back there, that 6L80E, is massive. So we'll have to figure something out. I don't know if we'll have to bring the whole engine forward just a little bit or back, or I don't know. And we're going to try our best to not cut the trans tunnel. And this is not going to be a race truck. It never will be. This was a family truck that is intended to stay in the family forever. This will eventually get passed down to the kids and hopefully their kids, and this is just something to make reliable, fun, have a little bit of horsepower, spin a little bit of tires, and look good while doing it. So with that being said, let's see if we can't get this motor jacked up a little bit, and we'll try and mess with these mess with the motor mount location, and we'll look at that trans tunnel as well. Alright, so here we are. I kind of got the motor in place where I want it to be. Trans, I think, is going to be good. Looks like we might have to cut it, but I'm not sure. I'm hopeful that we don't have to. And over here, I got the motor mounts in place where I want to, and then I just need to take a Sharpie to those holes right there and just make sure that I get them drilled out. And this is kind of redneck here. I don't know if you can see. I don't have a garage, but this is what we're working with. I'm moving the truck forward, using that as like a little winch. And same deal over here. Looks like I need to move it just a little bit just to get it straight. I need to double check, measure on both sides, make sure I have this thing straight before I drill. And then we should be good to have this engine in place where it's going to be in its final place. Now it's a new day and we got the engine all mounted up in there. Now let's see if we get a transmission mounted up in there. Now this is made, this is not exactly the right one. I don't think they make one. This is Hooker's Blackheart transmission mount for 4L60E or 4L80E. We have a 6L80E. Don't know if it'll work. Might be going to the store, be going to the Tractor Supply and getting some tube steel, making my own transmission mount. But if anything, I might be able to use these little brackets here. We can weld to those, but we'll see if we can make this work. No guarantees. We're gonna try it out. Let's get underneath. So just to show you the little sketchy situation I got going on here, we got this old scissor jack that's probably 50 years old with a little piece of wood holding up the transmission from the pan, and it should be okay right there. I don't know, we'll find out. It's not sinking in, so it should be okay. And then just for extra secure tie, we got a tie down there just to hold it out, just so it doesn't completely fall down. It shouldn't go all the way down because it does have the motor mounts in, but still, I don't want this thing to fall down on my face. So with that being said, it looks like there's these little, it's almost like C channels here, the frame, and it looks like there's some holes. I don't know if we'll have to. Looks like it's almost lining up. I think it might be a little off. We may have to drill new holes for the crossmember to work, but it almost looks like it's gonna work as long as that's low enough. We'll see. I think we're gonna be good on this one. I'm actually getting really excited. We got some adjustability there. I think this is gonna be good. All right, so let's see how this guy fits, and hopefully it won't give me too much trouble. One thing I did forget to mention, this stock trans mount got to go. We're not using that at all. We do have a new polyurethane bushing that's going to go right here, so we need to zip off these two bolts, this bracket. We should be good to go. So it does look like we do have a thicker mount. I don't know if this will work, because I remember when I did the LS swap on my 79 Firebird over there, this was the original one that I bought, and I'm thinking because this is a truck, this probably be okay. But I did have to get the one that's like an inch, not 2 inch or whatever this one is. So we'll see if this works. I'm trying to get the crossmember in there without putting this in there first, just to see how things are lining up. And if everything seems to be lining up and I got enough room, we'll mount it. We'll say we're good to go. And then we'll be one step closer to getting this thing back on the road. So this is probably what the brackets are for. I'm thinking this is gonna work. I'm really thinking this is gonna work. All right, so we got two little snags here. We got this heat shield right here. That is, I'm assuming, for protection of the exhaust. Probably came right here to protect your buns and your feet or whatever this is right here. So we just need to knock out this heat shield right here just a little bit, so we can slide it back about 5 or 6 inches. And also here we got some cantilever issues, which it does come with some plates. The hooker was like, you know, you might run into this. So we're gonna mount this to the actual crossmember itself, and then we'll have bolts right here that'll mount into these holes into the actual frame. So the other side's good, no issues there. So we just need to cut this a little bit and then put the brackets on, and with this too that I was worried about, we're gonna be good. We have plenty of room. This is awesome. We're gonna get this thing all snug up in here. We don't have to cut the trans tunnel. So let's do it. So again, now that we have this back out, we just need to mount this to here, and they gave you plenty. They gave you enough for probably 2 of these. So mount these up to here, same with over here, same exact thing. Make sure you got the right direction going on, because you want this to be a little bit out, because this is the part that was cantilevering over. It had about maybe a 1/2 inch or so that was actually bearing onto the frame itself. So we'll mount these guys up, and might as well, while I'm out, might as well put the, put the crossmember bushing on there. And again, I can't stress enough, I don't have a garage here. I mean, you can tell this is my workbench. I mean, I have a workbench, but I don't have a workbench here. I don't have a garage, and I'm doing all of this right here. I did the LS swap in my 79 Firebird that I've been daily driving for 2 years, right here in this driveway, and I'm going to do this with this one as well. Get out in your driveway and do it. You don't need no fancy tools, and you see what I'm using. I got Hart and Pittsburgh and, you know, all the Hobo Freight cheap stuff. Walmart. I mean, if it works, it works. Is it really that bad if it works? I don't need no Milwaukee DeWalt stuff. You don't either. Get what works, get what's in your budget, and just make it work. It's going to be so much more fun if you have a car or truck that's running and driving than just sitting here in this driveway. That's all I got to say about that. All right, so looking at this here, this is what it came with. So we got some big ones, look like maybe some 19 millimeters, and we got some maybe 13 or 15 millimeters, along with a crossmember bushing spacer. Is what that looks like. It's the only place it would go. So possibly might have to use this. Looks like hooker thought of all the stuff that we may come across, and so thankful for that. So looks like these guys are probably going to go here. Same with the other side, you got the other two. The bushing came with bolts, so not worried about that. And then these definitely go to the frame. You want the big guys there on the frame. Easy peasy lemon squeezy, let's get to it. Alright, before we get too far, I just wanted to make sure that we have 3 options here. And obviously we're going to use 2 of the 3. I just want to see if that'll line up. There's 2 ways to do this, obviously just, see if that's good. But luckily we have this little spacer that I doubt we're going to use. Looks like we're good. Good enough. So, sounds good to me. They gave us, I don't know why they gave us all these just for that guy. But, whatever. That's fine. Alright. Let's get it on up in there. Alright, so there it is. This is awesome. It looks like this is going to work perfectly fine so far. Looks like we're a little close to that right there, the bottom of the floor pan for the drive shaft. It's kind of hard to tell. I don't know if it's going to be an issue with hitting bumps and the rear end flexing and all that, but if we do have to drill anything in the trans tunnel, cross member, or whatever you want to call location, that might be it, but I don't know yet. We might be good. The hooker cross member that said was good for 4L60E and 4L80E and even the T56 seems to work with the 6L80 as well. Now, one thing that I guess you could say does not work is that one hole on this side, see I got a bolt through there, did work, and this side right, where is it at? Yeah, I guess it's right there. I'll have to drill, just kind of wallow that out just a little bit. And the other side, I'm definitely going to have to drill 2 new holes. And that's no big deal. We can do that while it's already in there, just ready to go. Just mark it and drill new holes. Put some bolts in it, we're ready to go. But as right now, this thing is completely mounted up in there. Motor mounts are in. Trans cross members in, and that is it. We are so much further than what we were this morning. This is awesome. This is where we're going to end part 1 of getting this old truck back on the road and doing this LS swap. I'm trying to post videos at least once a week. We got many projects. I got plenty of things to do on my 86 F250 big block truck, my LS swapped Firebird, and even maybe the wife's Durango eventually. But also we have this thing that is still for sale, nobody seems to want, and I got a very controversial video on that. And let me know my opinion. Nobody wants these trucks, but they're extremely reliable. And also my favorite car in the driveway, a 99 Camaro SS SLP car that I'm completely redoing. This thing has come a long way. When I brought this car home, it barely ran and did not drive, and now it runs and drives. It just needs a couple things here and there, and this car should be perfect here very soon, hopefully before spring, or hopefully by spring. But anyway, I'm going to end it off right there. If you guys like videos like this, don't forget to hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, and we'll catch you guys on the next one. Take it easy.